Ain't nothing peculiar about the way that I was raised, and my heart is on the way.
J.P. Miller is not an idiot. He was building a case. He was building a case, and he was doing a dang good job at it. But like I said before, in South Carolina, anybody can file for you to be on pickup orders. Anybody. And let me tell you a fact. That girl was not in a mental health crisis. If she was held only 48 hours, she was probably picked up, taken to a local ER where she had to await a psych eval. The psych eval probably deemed it not to be true and let her go. Otherwise, she would have been inpatient somewhere for at least a week. I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, you don't live here. And you haven't seen it firsthand. The law will tell you anybody can put you on pickup orders. Those people on pickup orders don't go to their own court hearing. I'm telling you, I am right. I have seen it. Laws must change.
Hey everybody, I hope all my unicorn warriors are doing fantastic, doing great, and y'all are staying warm. I had been cold, but before I got to work, because I was gonna just like do it with just the comments and let y'all read it, but I know y'all don't like that, so, and I understand because, you know, a lot of times y'all are like me, multitasking all the time. So I found some interesting things. Now you'll see before this about a post that was made, and I have redacted names and things like that, so that way we don't get in any more trouble. But someone had asked if, and this was underneath that post that I showed before this that I'm about to read to y'all. So these are comments, and like I told y'all before, we can learn a lot of things with comments. But let's see, one person had asked if this was okay, is this related to Mica? All right. And then someone had commented, and these are like people within this area that's close to this, you know, I wouldn't say like, maybe not necessarily close to the case, but I mean, they're close to things around the case and things going on. But it says, the message we received used the term Pastor Daddy, and we want to go any further, and then an attorney's name along with his wife's name was put in a message. When we mentioned we have court this week and this could be critical information, we were told that they were going through lots of legal paperwork, including police reports. My issue has been there are tons of victims who are coming forward and no one is listening to them. They aren't interviewing women and with documented cases of abuse and harassment. We have told media sources about recordings where people have been threatened, and we have done nothing to them, I think, or nothing's been done. It's like they put out just enough. My issue has been, okay. All right, and then here's some other comments too, and I try to get them all in order, and like I said, multitask queen. But it says, my issue has been there are tons of victims who are coming forward and no one is listening to them. They aren't interviewing women and with documented cases and recordings where people have been threatened, and we have them, nothing done. It's like they put out just enough information, or put out just enough. When Mica's mom contacted us, she was very kind. We told her we sent an email with information and never got a response. She had no idea. When she wanted us to speak to her daughter, we were online. When she called her daughter, I guess her daughter didn't realize. Now, this is not Mica. This is after Mica's passing, okay? So, but it says, I don't know which daughter, and I wouldn't disclose that anyway. But it says she had no idea. When she wanted us to speak to her daughter, we were online. When she called, and her daughter, I guess, didn't realize we could hear it. It was heartbreaking to hear a daughter scream at her mom for questions. It was extremely difficult to listen to. At that point, we politely said we didn't want to cause any issues, but that this was months ago, and now it seems the family doesn't speak to the mom at all. What I heard that day was something I will never forget. Let's see. Make sure. I also told the media about this because something wasn't right about that call. It was documented information and so many things going on. The issue has been there are a ton of victims who are coming forward and no one's telling. Okay, we did that. With Mica's mom, okay, we did that. I also told the media about this and something wasn't right about that call. It's documented and proof. We have led to a place where we document everything. I don't know Mica's family, but I do know I haven't heard someone speak to another like that in a long time. The way the one daughter spoke to her mom that day is nothing short of course, y'all know what it is, control. It was nasty. We kept quiet except telling some friends in the media because something didn't add up, but no one deserved to be spoken to in that way. If they treat their mom like that, the compassion is minimal. I also agree, if they want names of victims, interview Ginger Dunn. That's one person that I'm hoping and praying I can talk to. She knows who I am, so that's a start. And I really want to help get her story out because, I mean, and this isn't just a South Carolina issue. I mean, this is all over everyone. So, I mean, this is why so many people have been so drawn to this case, because it's not just like one particular area that's got all this corruption and, you know, women's rights are being violated and, you know, like actual women's rights, like, you know, the right to live and the right to live in peace. So, and not be controlled about with the court system and, you know, just because the man is a man or whatever and has power and money doesn't mean that he can control the woman in a marriage. A marriage is supposed to be equal, not one dominate the other. So, the way the one daughter spoke to her mom that day was nothing short of coercive control. It was nasty. We kept quiet except telling some friends in the media because something didn't add up, but no one deserved to be spoken to in that way. If they treat their mom like that, okay, we did that one. I also agreed to, they want names of victims, interview Ginger Dunn. She was a client of Regina Ward, who is allegedly still being harassed. She has gone everywhere asking for help. From Fitz News interview, Regina Ward and female pastor, they said they want victims to come forward. Let's see. We have given names to Jennifer. Why haven't they been interviewed? So people are coming forward with their stories and stuff, and it's like they're just taking the information and just saying, okay, well, you know, we'll get back to you. Which remember, the fisherman, he's the one that went to Robeson County Police Department and said, hey, something ain't right with this. She didn't just do this to herself. Like, this needs to be investigated. Like, he went out of his way to do that. He has tried to get in contact with the FBI, but everywhere he goes or anytime he tries to say anything, he's told, you know, like, oh yeah, they'll call you, they'll get up with you or whatever. He's been getting the runaround. And I mean, JJ is scared. Y'all might think like he's involved in some kind of way that like he got paid off or something, but I don't believe that was the case. I think if he is involved, it's not of his what is it, like wanting to do or, you know, wanting to be involved in. It was like thrown into, if you get what I'm saying. So And it says, these are victims they need to interview. These are the victims who have done the homework and survived the harassment. Yet they keep us silent because many of these names are big-time media advertisers or in powerful positions of the government. All right. Like I said, y'all, I'm multitasking and... Alright, people are digging into public records, and huge question is the names on the $125 bank accounts mentioned during Judge Dennis Lloyd's case, where millions were taken to Darlington County. There are 3 attorneys who are involved in that case. Let's see, that also connected to the Hannah case. We have spoken to victims who state they never received their money, or allegedly their family member didn't receive money. I wonder if this is the same attorney who called 911 before unaliving himself at his office, which that's something interesting to look into, and would definitely like more information on this subject. I understand why no one is discussing that another exactly this, and then we get threatened for trying to find out or get the truth. Like, instead of threatening someone, you know, and trying to like use scare tactics and stuff, if there's something we're saying that's wrong, like, come to us and set the record straight. Like, say, hey, or I mean, even if you don't want to set the record straight, say, hey, I would appreciate it, you know, like, you know, if you didn't speak on this, or, you know, whatever. I mean, I could be more understanding with that, you know what I mean? But just come and saying, well, you know, that's a lie, or this is a lie, or whatever, and, you know, threaten you and stuff. I mean, that's not helping the situation. That's not helping your family member. And, okay, I'm discussing another beautiful future Solid Rock church. Hold on, yeah. I just don't understand why no one is discussing that another beautiful woman was found on the land of the future Solid Rock Church, and she has allegedly taken her. Friends said it doesn't sound like something she would do. She was discovered the same day the FBI raided J.P. Miller's home. The place she worked is the store of Johanna can still remember with Alzheimer's. It's just too freaky. I wonder when I saw those deaths reported, when will somebody who can do something about this pay attention? You cannot convince me that the FBI or SLED do not see this corruption in Horry County and somewhere. Alright, so that was it. So I'm going to wrap this one up, but let's see, there was something I wanted to say. Oh, and remember too, when JP's house got raided by the FBI and the person was discovered. Remember when it came out, they said it was a homeless person. It was a black female homeless person. You would think that if they found the body that they would know that it was a white female and she wasn't homeless, because I mean, so that in itself doesn't even sound right. Like, they're coming out saying that's it's a homeless black female and it has nothing to do with anything, but my speculation is it probably does. But I mean, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, especially subscribe. Help me out. I hate asking, but you help me out so much just by subscribing, and it's free. All you gotta do is just take your little finger and go boop boop, just like that. All right, well, I'm gonna hurry up and get to work while I'm still at this red light, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off. I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day, and if today's your birthday, happy birthday. And if your birthday's this week or next week, happy birthday. Bye.